Alright, hello guys, welcome. I'm bringing you some more of the replays from MLG Dallas that was just played. And here we're actually going to be starting at the semifinals. It's going to be on Lost Temple, and we have a PvZ of EGMachine playing against TTOne. So TTOne is a protoss player. He's really good. He streams on Team Liquid, and he's been around for a while and always at the top. So he's pretty good player. Against Machine, who is on Team EG, Evil Geniuses. And I believe they actually have Tasteless, who is a member of that team as well. But Machine is a really good zerg. He's got some great macro, and he's obviously a really high-level player because he's in the semifinals of the MLG Dallas tournament. Something I do see like right off the bat that he's doing, which is different than what other people do, is the fact that he's setting out his Overlord in this pattern first instead of setting it directly over here. So that actually is kind of good because that shows that that TTOne, he can't just send a probe down here like around now in order to see if the Overlord actually came to that area. That's actually something a lot of people should do and they're not actually doing. But if you're spawning on Metalopolis or Lost Temple right over here, you can send a probe or a drone or an SCV or whatever down here just to see if the Overlord is going to come and cross your way. Because they obviously know that this is a spawning point, and because Machine did not do that for his scouting, this probe has now gone all the way over here and is going to find Machine last. And Machine's actually going for a 14 pool, so we're going to see if he's going to go throw down a hatch as well. There's no he did just click down here, so I'm going to expect, yeah, I'm expecting that he's going to go for the hatchery and maybe hide his drone because the probe is coming. Yep, they are hiding. I don't think they actually see each other. Like, let's just go to TT1 for a second. Yeah, TT1 cannot see the drone. But the drone did just go there, and he's going for it. But oh god, if Machine had just waited 5 seconds, that could have actually gone down. But let's see. Yep, there's the pylon. So TT1 is going to delay the hatchery as much as possible. He's going to now be able to just scout with his probe. Spawning pool is up though, so there are zerglings out, or zerglings are going to be able to come out in a second once the supply block ends. Because right now Machine is supply blocked. His Overlord did just pop though, and now he's about building 4 zerglings. So we're going to see he'll be able to take out the pylon and then gets Expo up. Right now, TT1 just doing everything normal. He's getting a Zealot out for his Cybernetics core. So we probably won't see Blink Stalkers. We actually might be seeing a 4-gate. Looking at the fact that he still only has 1 gas. He's throwing down another gateway. It might just be like a 2-gateway Stalker pressure. Which is actually good against Zerg early on, because the Stalkers move just as quickly as Zerglings do in that case. And here we do have one Zergling going to try and take out this this probe. We do have the hatchery going up, so he was able to kill the pylon. Let's just see that the Queen is here. He's vomiting. Gas did just finish for Machine and start mining it. Probably just go for a simple metabolic boost upgrade before he does anything else. But now these Zerglings are going to try and take out this probe. And oh no, it's going to be 2 Zerglings doing that. These 2 Zerglings are still coming back. Just see that Crone boosted out Stalkers. Yeah, so it does seem that TT1 does want to put pressure on really early. Yep, there he is. He's even rallying his gateways up onto this Stalker. But now there we go. That Zergling is going to fall, and TT1's going to probably start creating some Zerglings or something just to try and be ready for this when it comes. Starting to spread creep. He does have a Spine Crawler there, so he's going to try and get the Spine Crawler down here when the Expo finishes. But these guys are actually going to come right when the Expo is going to finish. We do have Cybernetics core is researching Warp Gate. We have this Overlord that is going to actually it might survive for the scout. But here we go. More Stalkers are coming in, so we just have straight Stalkers coming in after this first Zealot. Alright, now there we go. The hatchery did finish, and now this Stalker is going to get hit by this Queen Lilith, but there we go. We do have the, canceling the pylons and try and block it so no reinforcements could come in, but that's not going to happen. You do have the Spine Crawler burrowing. The Zealot is still alive. The Queen could actually fall. The Queen falls this early. That would be bad, but okay, good micro by Machine, making sure that doesn't happen. The, is that going to die? Okay. Machine does take out a Zealot, and TT1 is about to lose a Stalker. He might just have to pull back. Yeah, he's going to pull back. The Spine Crawler did root just in time just to help EGMachine hold out everything he possibly can. We do have the second gas going down for TT1. And let's just continue to watch how it goes. He actually might transition into Blink Stalkers now that pressure's done. But, Machine could have saved his Overlord. He just was sitting there for a while. But there we go. Now it's just going to die to this 1 Stalker. 3 Stalkers did survive from the attack. So we actually do have a solid Stalker forces there. The Expo is going up. Machine does see this with this Overlord. Still just 2 gates pumping out complete Stalkers. Warp Gate is done. And let's just see what TT1's going to decide to do next. Whether he's going to throw down a more gateways, a robotics facility, or a Twilight Council, just to see what he's going to do. However, we do see a gateway. So we have a third gateway coming out, and all this is actually powered just by this one pylon, which is kind of risky. But there we go. Oh, machine. Oh, he didn't have his overlord positioned correctly, so it actually gets taken out. So goodbye scouting information from that overlord. But now we do see that machine is just fine. He's just continuing to macro up. He has a lot of zerglings up right here. He's got 2 spine crawlers. He's fairly easily defended. You might want to get control of this watchtower to see if an attack is coming out. But here we go. Forge coming out for TT1, so he's going to do a little bit of an expansion. He'll probably defend his expansion, prepare for Mutalisks, and also most likely he'll try to just basically get +1 weapons upgrade, try and get higher upgrades than Machine is. Now, Machine does have a lair. He's using the Glio Constitution, so it does seem to have a majorly roach force for his mid-game plan. He's also taking out these destructible rocks, so he's probably going to go for his third once these destructible rocks die. It's only getting killed by Zergans, so it's going to take a little bit of time, but he's spreading creep well. He does now have control of these watchtowers, and we have, yep, there it is. There's +1 weapons and researched and chrono boosted out. Now we don't see really much lair tech getting used except for Glio Constitution, and Metabolic Boost did just finish. So we do have roaches out in the field. So Machine's actually been playing pretty economically oriented. He doesn't have a ton of army out, and he was able to just basically continue macroing up and just survive. He's spreading creep really well. And let's just see that TT1 is continuing to chrono boost out the +1 weapons upgrade. I'm assuming he's going to hit. There we go. He has 5 warp gates out now. So he's going to have a very, very heavy gateway count coming up. And Machine is probably about to expand. He's moving out his spawn crawlers up here in the front. I'm expecting a drone to move out so he can expand, but it doesn't seem like he's doing that quite yet. Let's look at the income for a second. We can see that TT1 is actually ahead in both the harvesters and income, which is really, really shocking. Machine has not done an incredible job of droning up. It does seem that the constant pressure from TT1 has been doing a lot to help him just keep Machine on edge. And there's really good force fields, forcing all these guys in. There's a lot of sentries here. And, oh yeah, good job taking away the concave, but still, there's a lot of roaches, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think that just the sentry count is even serving to just hamper these roaches from doing anything. They do have Glio Constitution finished, they do have speed, but still, TT1 is in a commanding lead right now. He does have a larger army, he's ahead in the food count, he's got more of an income, he's basically just out-macroing TT1. TT1 is out-macroing Machine. Machine is getting up his third, this will help him a lot. But if TT1 just sits back for a minute or two, continues to mass up, he does have the +1 attack upgrade. He can just move in and start just railing on Machine's front. Because he's done a great job of keeping the pressure on Machine, forcing him to not make any drones or anything. But here we go, he even scouts that there is this third up. So this is really going to help him a lot. So now let's just see that, let's look in TT1's base, or EGMachine's base to see what's going on. We do see, oh look at this, Hidden Spire. So there is going to be a Spire tech coming out from Machine. If TT1 can manage to hit right before that goes up, then that's going to help him out a lot. TT1's actually still only on those 2 gases. He hasn't bothered to get the 3rd and 4th gas at all. Instead, he's just moving around using just gateway armies with mainly with a lot of zealots, but he still has a lot of sentries and stalkers. He doesn't have to spend any gas on any robotech or any research besides +1 weapons. That he's actually able to do that fairly effectively. So now here we go. Machine is going to see his attack coming in. He's going to pull back. He does have spine crawlers out in the front, but let's just see how long it's going to take for this to go. TT1 should start warping in some units. There he goes. He's warping in some stalkers. And he's going to move up here. Just try and probably take out any creep tumors or overlords that are out, which is going to be really, really smart. But now let's just see. Machine does see this pylon, so he can go in there and take it out. He's got the full surround of the pylon, so it's going to die fairly quickly. But here we go. We do have TT1 moving in right here. That's getting seen by both the creep and the overlord that's over there. Machine's got to pull back and make sure they can get his army position, get good flank, but there might just be too many things. Where are the forces? Yep, good force fields from TT1. They're going to be able to take out, yep, spine crawler goes down. Here we go. Zergans are going to fall instantly to these zealots. But force fields are actually now hurting TT1 more than helping him. Might not matter, he just has so much forces. But there we go, more force fields, preventing these roaches from hitting all the stalkers in the back. One immortal is out, but it's not attacking anything, it's just dancing around behind the stalkers. But there we go, good force fields, trapping in roaches, preventing them from doing anything they want. But here we have, oh god, those are not enough mutos to actually take out these guys. There's still a lot of stalkers. And there we go. Machine's being forced to pull back. His roaches are going down fast. Where there's mutas are here. Mutas and lings are out. There's a larger mutaling count now as well because he did go into more mutaling because he needs to get the units out ASAP. He's going to try and use these. Losing a free muta. That's going to hurt. He needs all the units he can get. Force field the lings away, but there we go. Machine's in a tough spot. TTOne's moving, and he's got a lot of forces. Let's just see that this could possibly be GG. TTOne's moving in. Drones are being pulled. Mutas are there. They can get targeted down by these stalkers, and they're just going to evaporate instantly. Yep, there we go. They're just getting destroyed. No guardian shield even. It's just GG from EGMachine. Let's move on to the next game. Thank you guys for watching.